Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be planning our June 2019 budget in my Erin Condren Deluxe notebook. So this is what the cover looks like. It's pretty simple. I love this like watercolored petal look, and it just has my name here. So let's go ahead and get started. What I like to do, the first page right before the month starts, is set our goals for the month. So today I'm going to be using, I think this washi, I don't know, I'm a little undecided. We might come back to the decor part because that's not my favorite. So let's get started with our June budget goals. Some of these goals I need to go over with my husband still, but one thing that we like to do when we sit down to talk about our budget for the month is really look at what it is that we're trying to accomplish that month and how we can move the needle forward on our goals, no matter how big or small. So I have put down places for 3 different goals, which is what these little check boxes represent. And then underneath that, I wrote completed, and then we'll circle yes or no, and then the progress that we've made towards that goal, because whether or not we completed the goal is not necessarily always the biggest milestone of progress, but we really want to celebrate what we've done as far as the progress on that goal. So for me, my first goal is going to be so my goal for myself personally is to establish a side hustle or a part-time job. You guys know that obviously I'm here on YouTube, which is a little bit of a side hustle, but it's a slow growing one. And so my goal for this year has been to get a side hustle that really helps us move the needle forward, and I'm really getting anxious to figure out what that's going to be. It's been a challenge for me because taking on a side hustle or part-time job means giving up time with my son and my husband. And my son, I already don't see him very much as it is. My husband, we're pretty much used to having schedules that don't give us that much free time or time together in the evenings, but my son obviously is not used to that. So that's a little bit harder to get away from. The next goal is that we are spending cash on pretty much all of our categories. And then the last goal that I'm going to put is going to be funding our sinking funds. I'm actually going to be looking at our sinking funds a little bit more this month because I find that we put money in our sinking funds, but then we also need to utilize that. And that's what our sinking funds are for. They're basically short-term savings accounts that we have, but I'm finding that we're using that money a lot more often than I would like. So I'm kind of looking at different ways to either fund our sinking funds or different categories that we need in our budget or something along those lines. So stay tuned for an update on that. But those are going to be our goals for this month moving forward. So let's get into planning out the actual money stuff for this month. So, alright, so I grabbed my A5 planner. You guys have seen this before, but this has our bills and what dates they're due. So I like to keep this next to me when I work in this Erin Condren. So I'm going to put that to the side.
Alright friends, so I had some filming issues going on with my camera. The aperture was kind of struggling, so instead of chatting through each item as I go, I'm just going to kind of give you guys an overview. I did put down our paydays. I also put down our budget meeting when our sinking funds will go in or be deposited. And then I have bill due flags and little credit cards that you'll see. So the credit cards are any debt payments that we have, and the bill due are any bills that we have. There's also little phone icon, that's for our phone payment. And I've marked out several birthdays throughout the month. One is my husband's, one is my sister-in-law's, as well as Father's Day. There's also a car icon because our car insurance is due on that day, and a daycare sticker for Elias's daycare. So that pretty much covers it. Some of the bill due stickers actually cover multiple bills. Some of them are either 2 or 3, just because we have multiple bills that come out on the same dates. So I hope that kind of explains what is going on with the monthly overview and gives you guys a good look into how I plan out our bills throughout the month.
Alright friends, so here's everything laid out so far. Like I mentioned, the only thing I want to do is add some notes on this side. So for that, I'm going to use the asterisk stickers again. And we have, so we have Father's Day. We have, hello, family photos. We have a couple birthdays. I'm not going to put that down because I kind of have those noted already. But there's one other thing. Oh, invitations. So invitations for Elias. This is for his first birthday, so we need to get those done and out early this month. So fingers crossed on that. Alright, so let's go on to the next page. Alright guys, so in this next part I like to put our monthly expenses and just track whatever is not necessarily with cash, but that we spend like kind of consistently on. That seemed like a lot, but here at the top I have a place for us to track our tithes. Then we go to our income. So we have hubby, his first and second, then wifey, so my first and second, then miscellaneous and what our total will be. Then we go on to expenses. So the things in here that have a star by them are items that are not cash envelopes. So our gardener, we write a check to. Haircuts, my hubby just uses the debit card. Elias has his own cash envelope. Personal, this is personal care items, so that is a cash envelope also. We have diapers and wipes, which we use our debit card for. Gas, we actually use our debit card for also. Wifey, this is my personal spending. Hubby, this is his personal spending, so those are both cash envelopes. And then household is also cash envelopes. We don't have groceries here, as you can see. I'm actually tracking that on a different section. So some of this is a little bit repetitive, but that's just kind of is what it is. So then the next category is our debt. So what we're paying towards our debt. And then I have a place for us to put anything extra that we have that's able to go to our snowball. Then we have our sinking funds, so family, household, Elias, gifts, holiday, and medical. And then we have a place for our totals. Our totals spent, what our snowball payments were, and then our totals saved. So that's our monthly expenses mapped out. Here, you know what, the only thing I missed is our dates. I think I'm going to add that in here to expenses. Because that is a cash envelope, but it's something that I like to track just to be aware of what we're spending on. So, alright, that is it for this page. Alright guys, and this last page, I think this is the last page I'm going to do for now, and it's going to be our cash envelope tracker. Cash envelope tracker for each week. We have 4 weeks in June that we're going to be counting. June technically started on Saturday, so you could say that it technically has like 5 weeks, but it's only a day at the beginning and a day at the end. So we're just counting 4 weeks for the month. So week 1, groceries, personal and household. This is different. I combined these two because that's how I shop for them, honestly. I'm finding that I kind of lump them together for personal and household items. So I figured we would just count them as one category. And then gas and date night and our total spent. So that's what I have for each of the 4 weeks. And like I said, I think that's going to be it for what I'm going to track really specifically for this month so far. Now I have been adding a check register to the back as like one of the last pages here, but I don't really find that I'm using it. I find that I use that more in my personal planner that has a budget category in it because I have that with me all the time and I can just jot things down as they come up. So if my husband, has to write a check for something, say we have maintenance that we need to do, and he writes a check because he's typically the one that handles that kind of stuff, I just write it down in my planner. So like I said, it's usually what I have with me, so it's a little bit more convenient. So that is it as far as our June budget. Overview, I'm going to be sharing with you guys what our numbers are in the next video, so be sure to stay tuned for that, and I will talk to you guys very soon. I hope you have a great day. I hope this has been helpful for you. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss a single video from me, and if you are already subscribed or if you're new here, be sure to hit the bell so that you get notifications of when I post. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you soon, friends. Have a great day.